It's time. Let's drool over some patterns and do a little window shopping, shall we? So, anyone who's new and didn't see me go through this book, somewhat go through this book in the, what was it called? The sofa blanket video. So what this is between the years 1885 and 1895, there was a publication for knitting, crochet, netting, needlepoint, even some metalwork. And somebody, not somebody, but this publication company here, who are they? I don't know. Dover. They decided to compile only the crochet sections of each magazine or book that went out periodically. Periodicals. And so this book was made in 1974 of all 19 periodicals of the original printings that had the crochet. So we're going to go through this book. That was explanation enough. Here we have explanations of, or definitions of, what some of the items in the book are that we no longer use for the most part. Here we have the Old English and Modern English terminology and the American translation. The types of threads and wools that are used in much of the patterns and what they can be substituted with modern day, and the modern day hook and steel hook sizes. So there we go. Let's get into it now that we've gone through all that. And of course, this is a breakdown from the original books of the stitches. Now we can look. I want to learn how to do this, what is it called? Hairpin lace. I want to learn how to do hairpin lace. I've been kind of playing around looking at some videos. Isn't this beautiful? We looked at this last time. I love that. I just want to make something like this just once. And I know it would be very time consuming, but I think it would be worth it. See, I was confused when I first went through this book and I saw this hood here because the hood is separate. I thought this was for the hood, right? Like we're going to have the hood, but no, this is a lady's hood. So it's like the same hood, but for a woman. And look at these like boots. Oops. I accidentally started a video. That's another thing. Yes, you hear music. We are going to be listening to music in this. I don't want to hear it from anybody in the comments. I like music. This is not a tutorial, so now we get to have music. I like music. Okay, I love these boots. Oh my gosh. Very simple shawl. Oh, look at this little dress. Oh my goodness. And I know that some of you, because I would too if I was watching this video right now, would immediately jump down in the comments and say, can you please make that? Now, multiply that by however many other people are going to ask me to make something else in this book. I'm going to try to make everything in this book, but that's going to take years, okay? So just understand that I can't take requests, but I read everything and I take everything into consideration. But just know I'm just one person, so this is going to take a very, very long time for me to be able to make all the things. But I don't blame you, because if I was watching the video, I would jump right down into the comments and ask the same thing. So there we go. We're going to learn some new stitch patterns too. There are some really interesting stitch patterns in this book. Look at this little dress. Oh, so cute. I always want to make these little bags, but I don't have any of this hardware. I know I can probably easily get it, but oh, look at some of the edgings. Tam O'Shanter. I like that name. That's neat. Some inserts. So what you would do with something like this is you'll have like a piece of table linen and you will cut out the dimension that you need, make one of these, and then sew it into the cutout of the linen, and then place that, on your table. Like you would do one in each corner, for example. And also the same goes for these right here. These don't necessarily have to be, it's like this is an insertion. They even call it an insertion. So this would run like along the sides, of your tablecloth. And it's the same thing. You just cut out what you need and sew those in. So pretty. Here we go. A little child's vest, they call it. To me, I call that a little blouse. Very, very nice. Look at the details. Oh, it's so beautiful. That's a shawl right there. I want to make every single shawl in this book, every single one. Child's cricketing cap. And there's another shawl. And another shawl. So pretty. And this here is a plum lattice pattern in crochet. Very cool. I like the crochet squares for quilts. Very nice. This is a very exciting book. Look at the little Red Riding Hood there. That is so cool. Look, there's the crazy stitch. We're familiar with that. And I'm not really sure what stitch that is. It almost looks like a French knot, doesn't it? But it's the stitch used in this antimacassar. And I learned in antimacassar, back in the day, their hair lotions and hair tonics and hair creams were macassars. And so this being an antimacassar protects your furniture from macassar hair creams and oils and tonics. Look at that border for a quilt. Well, I would guess probably this quilt right here, maybe. I don't know. Maybe any of them. That is beautiful. Just beautiful. Fisherman's cap, but it looks like a sleeping cap to me. Like a Santa cap. Look at this little dolly. It looks like it's made in Tunisian stitch. Very cute. Here's some other. This right here is a, oh, what is it called? I can't think of the name right now, but you wind your hook around like 10, 15, or 18 times and then pull it all through at once. I can't think of the name of it right now. Oh, that dry. Bullion stitch. That's basically a bullion stitch right there. And then their beehive stitch, of course, modern day. This still exists modern day. It's just called about a dozen other different names. Look at this wide collared, like, shoulder frock. Look at this hood right here. Isn't that beautiful? And then a shawl, some boots, some more edgings. Oh my goodness, I love it. Here is a comforter, but we these days just call this a scarf. That's a scarf. A boy's college cap. I guess you got to wear that when you're going off to college. That's your thinking cap. Here's a scarf. That's crazy. They call it a comforter and a scarf because, like, and I learned this, honestly, a couple of months ago what a comforter was called. But here we go. Comforter, warm wrap for the neck, long, narrow scarf. So it's kind of funny that in the same book they have a comforter and a scarf, labeled scarf, but yet they both mean the exact same thing, essentially. Ladies' fancy work basket. We do have a basket coming up, by the way. Oh, look at the pen cushion cover. That is so nice. I love that pillow, too. Oop, there we go. I love that pillow. I hope I'm not going too fast because there's a lot of pages to go through. Stays for a child, and stays are basically like a corset. So that's what that is. There is a crossover shawl, a child's petticoat, although these days their innerwear is our outerwear. Look at that tuft border. Now, that's what they call a tuft stitch. We'll have to learn how to do that. It looks like a puff stitch, but it's different. Look at this little tippet and muff. Isn't that neat? Child's bib. And this is actually a boy's hat. Baby boy. There's another child's bib there. And then a spill case. And I learned what a spill case is. I had to Google a spill case because it didn't even have the definition in this book. And a spill is just like, well, just a moment. These would be considered spills. Just simple pieces of paper rolled up, or small, like matchsticks, only without match heads. Just small little pieces of wood. And you would use them to light a fire, to light your stove, to light your pipe. And so that's what a spill case is. So you would just stick these in there and stick them next to the lamp stand, and that's how you can light your pipe, light the fire, whatever you need. So that's what a spill is. Isn't that neat? Just a little basket. Very cute. A seesaw cap. Cute. Oh, look at those gloves. Those are gloves for a boy of 10. There we go. We've got some gypsy bonnet and baby bootkins. Very, very neat. Now here's a new book. There we go. Look at this. Look at that. No. Police. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong because I pronounce everything wrong. Pelisse is a full-length, lightweight cloak or coat, often fur-trimmed and fur-lined. So there you go. And it looks like it might be in Tunisian crochet. And here's a hood, and then a Tunisian crochet stripe for anti-macassar. That is beautiful. I tried playing around with this. I have to play around with it more. I couldn't quite get it right because it's different. It's a different way of stitching than I've ever stitched before, but I am going to get this figured out and then show you guys how to do it. Here we go. We just have all kinds of little jackets. Look at that darling little bib. Oh my goodness. Dresses and vests. Look at that handbag. Looks very modern, doesn't it? And then there's the blanket we made. And I love the bootkins. Look at this. I mean, this could just be a shawl. Or not a shawl, but a scarf. I know it's anti-macassar stripe of plain and tuft Tunisian. But, I mean, that could be a scarf. If we're being honest, we can absolutely repurpose all of these things. Look at this Venetian hat. Look how beautiful that is. That could be modern. Look at this right here. That almost looks like the one I made. It's almost somewhat similar. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We made something like this very recently. A bell pull. So like someone comes to your house, or maybe you have a house with bells in the rooms and there's your bell pull. Child's muff and tuft treble stitch. Lewis point pattern. So there's kind of a different stitch we can play around with. Ladies shoulder cap, and it looks like they're using the oh, what is it called? Not bean stitch. I can't think of the name right now. I'm sorry. It's a popular stitch that people use for their temperature blankets and stuff. I cannot think of it right now. But I'll hold it up and you can get a better look at it so you can see what I mean. You know, whenever you work a single crochet, skip one, and then on the next pass, you work your single crochets and the chain ones and so on and so forth. I can't think of the name to save my life right now. Bonnets and gloves. Not even going to pretend. And that's beautiful. Shell border. Here's a bunch of edgings and borders. These are beautiful. Look at these. Absolutely beautiful. A whole bunch of them. Look at these. Just gorgeous. There's the one on the cover somebody had asked me to make, and I absolutely will 100% do that. These are just absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. More. Just beautiful. Here, let me hold these up so you can get a better look at them. Gorgeous. And then we have here a jar for pence. I guess a penny jar? Cute. Some more hoods and capes and skirts, jacket. Isn't that beautiful? You're gonna hear me say that a lot. Look at these. Oh my God, look at that. Yes. Yes, ma'am. All day long, yes, ma'am. We have to learn how to make these. We have to. I wonder what that is. Oh, with rosemary beads. Okay. And here we have a section of a bib with some edging. Here is another type of bib and a fluted tam o'shanter. Okay. And like an actual sock. They call it a bootkin, but it looks like a sock to me. Beautiful. Look at that. That is beautiful. Another tam o'shanter. I'm not the biggest fan of the tam o'shanter. They're cute, but I guess maybe because they're kind of out of style, I suppose. Except unless you're, unless it's like for traditional garb, like for ceremonial garb, they're kind of not the everyday thing worn, I think. Like a paperboy cap. Kind of going out of style a little bit. I still like the paperboy caps. Look at that. Princess Police. Beautiful. Child's shoulder cape. A lot of child stuff in these books. Brewer's cap. Children should not be brewing. I'm just kidding. I know that's probably called a brewer's cap for an entirely different reason. I'm just being silly. It says here, Amazon stripe, and I'm always going to replace this with just Tunisian crochet. In Tunisian crochet for antimacassar, but really, in my opinion, I just see the repurposing of this into a scarf. Infant's petticoat and square for quilt, diamond and raised tufts. Oh boy, look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. More pretty stuff. I just see more scarves. Love the baby's glove with the little, there's instructions in here on how to do that. Some of you may already know because it's kind of an old school technique, but I have to learn. Blanket or basket pattern Tunisian. So that's interesting. I don't know a lot about Tunisian crochet, mostly just the basics. Yeah, this seemed to be a really popular style of crochet back then. And knitting. As we saw in Engineering Knits, she made her mystery pattern, her mystery knitted pattern, and it had a lot of this in it. So it was a very popular style back then. Oh, how cute is this? Antimacassar, I see throw blanket. Every time it says antimacassar, I see throw blanket. That is beautiful. Gentleman's glove. The Trinity stitch. It's probably a modern, also used modern, but just has about a dozen different names. Oh, we made something like this recently too. There we go, shawl. Very cool. Money bag, I love that. We have to make a money bag. Okay, can we please make a money bag just once? I'll have to get all the hardware and everything for it. Baby's rattle, that's interesting. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Goodness me. That is just a lot. That is a lot. Sometimes these things look overwhelming, but then I think, what's the worst that can happen? All you can do is try, and if you don't get it, you don't get it. It's fine. But never be too afraid to at least pick up your hook and try. Because then it won. Then you've defeated yourself if you don't at least try, So if something looks daunting and like it's beyond what you know, if you just take these patterns literally one little row at a time, next thing you know, you finish the entire pattern and you can step by and go, I didn't even know I had that in me. It's really okay. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you get through it and you're like, I just can't figure this out. Okay, at least you tried, right? At least you tried. That's the most important thing, is to at least try. Oh, isn't that beautiful? French hat for a baby. A baby boy. Some of these things really throw me off. Child's muff. I know back then, feminine and masculine clothing was, in some ways, especially in Europe, a little bit blurred. So that's okay. That was the style. That was the thing. Look at these beautiful rose motif. Oh my goodness, look at this dress. Dorothy frock. Beautiful, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And there is a lady's jacket in Tunisian. Oh my goodness, look at that. Gladys jacket. Oh, we have to, don't we? We have to do something out of this book that's a coat of some kind. I don't know if that's for a woman or a child. Let's look. Gladys coat. Maybe it's in the page before. Gladys jacket. It says here, this is a very pretty jacket worked in ridged double crochet, which is US single crochet, to fit a child of 18 months or 2 years. Darn. I mean, that's fine that it's for a child, but I thought maybe it's like woman size. Like, wah, 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 because that would be beautiful to have. Oh, look at these. Anti-macassar. Again, when I see anti-macassar, I see throw blanket, a chair blanket, an infant's hood. I want to make this little doll. I've got it marked off. I want to make this little, it looks like a little Russian babushka, you know? I want to make one. And I love this. That's tapestry crochet. And I actually really like tapestry crochet. An ice wool. That's interesting. Oh, handsome wide border. You ain't kidding. That is gorgeous. We're going to have to make that too. Look at the little baby's diaper covers. So cute. Ooh, look at these like platter. These are like platter doilies. Beautiful. Or I guess you could put like a basket of flowers on them. And this dress is gorgeous. And some chemise trimmings, which is, chemise is like nightgown, like an undergarment. It's like their underwears. Baby's petticoat with bodice. That's a cute little baby dress. Again, their underclothes are today's outer clothes. That would make for an adorable, if made in cotton, adorable little summer dress. I love the Burlington cape made in that honeycomb stitch. That's what they call it anyways, the honeycomb stitch. And cot quilt. That's gorgeous. I don't know how to do embroidery, but I want to learn. I've been watching videos on that too. Very simple square. I like it. And here we go. The Burlington headdress on the other side I wanted to play around with, but this is a tea cozy. Now, I don't know if this is where you would keep your tea, or I don't know what you would do with this. Tea cozy required. It just tells you what it needs. It doesn't really tell you what it is. I suppose that's one of those things that's a given for back in the day. Here is the Burlington headdress. Or Bulgarian. I said Burlington. Bulgarian, sorry. Isn't that beautiful? I was looking through that. I kind of want to play around with it. There's the stitch pattern for it. And there is a beautiful pin cushion. Oh. And here's some more Tunisian crochet stitches. Oh, for the Burlington head cover. Oh, okay. Because it says that this is for the Burlington headdress. Oh, I see. This part goes around the little cap portion, which they say just to get a piece of plastic. Or not. Actually, they say to get a piece of some kind of mesh and stiffen it, but these days you can just get a piece of plastic. Border for quilt. Very nice. Simple dress. Oh, isn't that pretty? I want to make this too. That's why I've got a thing next to it. I know. It's not something we make these days, but wouldn't it be fun just to make it or see it be made? I think that would be fun. Like that little child's coat there. I mean, oh, I love this Sylvester cape. We have to make that. 100% we have to make that. Whew, that looks like a lot. Details of lady's petticoat. And here's the lady's petticoat. Section of infant's cape, and there's the infant's cape. Oh boy. That is okay. This is a quilt square with the border. We've got blankets like this, not we've got, but you know, like in the 1920s and 30s and stuff, they had blankets just like this. Like I've got patterns for it. That's an interesting, fun stitch. Crochet edging for a shawl or other purpose. We should learn how to make that just because it looks really interesting. There is a cuff. How beautiful that cuff is. A lot of child stuff in here, like lots and lots of child stuff. Weldon's Ladies Journal. Advertisement there. A shooting or traveling cap. So if you're gonna go shooting or traveling, that's the cap to wear, folks. Remember that. I love how they had an article of clothing for almost everything. A walking dress or a walking outfit, a shooting cap, a boat hat, a boat jacket. I mean, they had an article of clothing for everything. This is really neat. This is beautiful right here. I love that. Edging for quilt, tuft Van Dyke pattern. Oh yeah, we've looked at this page before. This is all so beautiful. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. We're getting into a lot of the quilts now. Now, some of this stuff like right here, if you're familiar with Irish crochet, that's how you're gonna make these things, is you're going to get a bunch of thread and that's gonna be your like stuffing, and you're gonna work around it like a cord, and you like cord around it. I can't explain. I'm not good at explaining things off the cuff. Forgive me. Look how beautiful that is. Basically what it is you get like 3, 4, or 5 of your crochet thread, and you just sort of hold them, and you're going to work your single crochets around it to create like a thick cord, like a 3D effect. So the whole item isn't worked that way, just certain parts of it to create depth and definition and texture and like 3D effect. That's what I was trying to explain. Gentleman's cotton nightcap. Adeline muff and boa. Toronto stitch, which of course it's just a shell stitch. I mean, it's again got about a dozen different names. But look how beautiful this is right here. Isn't that stunning? Oh, I love it. And I love this beehive pattern jacket. I really, really like that a lot. But watch, it's going to be for a child. I bet you it is. This is for a child of 3. Yeah. Everything in this book is for a child. I love this. Love this. I want to make that. And I absolutely want to make this as our next blanket. I do have another blanket pattern coming up. Or actually, this video is coming out after that. So that was the last blanket pattern I have. It was a re-upload from my old channel. This has to be the next blanket that we make. This is beautiful too. See, these are all anti-macassars, but to me, I see throw blanket, I see chair blanket. Look at this little doll. That is so cute. And see, now this is what, what I was trying to describe. Like, this is a popular technique in Irish crochet. Do you see how it looks raised up right here? So that's how you would work that, is you have to work around 3 or 4 cords. And you can make it even thicker by working your, like, you'll get your 3, 4, 5 strands and work 1 row of single crochet around them. And then you can double it up by working another row of single crochet around that entire row of single crochet. And you can make it even thicker by working a 3rd row of single crochet. Yeah, they go crazy with it. It's cool though. It looks really cool. They have the harlequin ball. Ladies' mantle. Slumber roll. So it's like a couch pillow. And here's a, I don't know, fascinator. I'm familiar with the word fascinator. I'm familiar with fascination and all that. When I Googled this, it said fascinator. I don't know. I don't know what's correct. I all I know is that I'm constantly corrected in the comments about mispronouncing things. So I'm probably mispronounced almost everything here so far. And I'm sure I will be corrected. Oh, I love this. It's funny how it says, okay, when I was first looking at this, I said to myself, don't even feature this one, Karina, because you're going to say it wrong and you're going to be corrected. Toilette, I don't know. I don't care. I like the way it looks. It's a pin cushion. Again, I don't care. I don't care how it's pronounced at this point. Okay, isn't that interesting? That is neat. Looks like a piece of bacteria, though, in a way. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Headrest for the back of a chair. Look at this. I want to make this, too. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's gorgeous. This is beautiful too. Square for antimacassar. Everything is an antimacassar for a child. They must have just been dripping with hair grease back then. I'm just teasing. Toys. Look at these toys. The toy lamb is kind of meh, but the toy elephant is kind of wow. And the rattle is, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit scary looking. And I love the baby's muff. That's cute. I don't know why the baby rattle is scary looking. It looks like a bodiless head. This is cute. Oh, a lot of the same stuff, but in its own different ways, you know? There we go. See? Right here, it's almost showing what I was describing. How you have to work around these cords. It's really neat. Really neat stuff. I am learning a lot about Irish crochet. I'm going to buy a lace making cushion and really get into the Irish crochet stuff and share that with you guys. And see here, that's what they've done here is they've worked stitches to create this sort of 3D effect by working around strands to create this like cording. See how it creates like a cording? Isn't that beautiful? It's really, really cool. Yeah, here's a lot of it. A lot of it here. That looks like embroidery. Yeah, there's more of it. And more of it. This is all like that Irish crochet style. Very, very neat. Now we're in another new book. And I want to make this. The rose border. How beautiful is that? Oh, I love it. We're almost to the end. I love this. The window trimmings up here is what they're trying to show off. Isn't that neat? Okay. Yeah, this is just a very exciting book. More edgings. And I love that. And some more of that. It's like stuffing. Cording. I'm not sure what it's called. I know that it has a name, though. But we're going to kind of blow past it since I don't know how to work most of that stuff just yet. There we go. What do we got here? Here we go. Ooh, I want to make this for a shawl. Yes, I have it marked as well. And some skirts, petticoats, and dresses. It's a lot of child stuff, really and truly. I mean, if you're looking for Victorian child stuff, this is the book to grab. Because it's got you covered, because everything in here is for children. Just about. Except for this woman's evening mantle. That's interesting there, isn't it? Lady's shoulder cape. Little bag. Toboggan cap. and some trinket boxes, work box, and a blotter. That's interesting. Or I guess we could say a pen wiper. An acorn pin cushion. And we end with another child's doll and a basket pin cushion. And at the very back, they talk about all of the other books that they have. In the very front, they talk about all the other books that they have, and it continues on to the back. There you go, manufactured in the USA, but all these patterns are from the UK. So they are written in UK terminology. So what do you guys think? Yes, we have a lot of, and yes, I will make this one here. Yes, we've got a lot of patterns to make, a lot of patterns to get through. Yeah, I love it so much. I genuinely cannot wait. So I will see you guys in the next video. Please be sure to let me know what you guys think down below.